tilted low. I walk with stride, like step on tools, my sneakers slide. Lunch money thin, but the aura say go. Whole roll now with my cadence flow. Backpack swing, that metro glide. Sidekick flash, but I keep it tied. CDR spin and the wrist say go. Whole roll now with my cadence flow. Right away, rock up on my beat, stay prime. Like a door kick, like a snare on time. Grid line shoes, draw a map through lanes. I cut corners clean like a bar buffet. Snapback brim, cashade on schemes. Notebook margins, cook 16 dreams.
Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Prime Time on EA Sports. Straight ahead with a nationwide audience tuning in. It's a Monday Night Prime Time showdown between the visiting team and the home team. Leading the visiting sideline, as always, their head coach. His side, one of the hottest teams in the league over the last few months. They've won 9 of their last 10. And across the way, we get a glance at their head coach. His side also occupying playoff position, so might be a rematch we see play out this postseason. Kate Scott joined by my partner Brock Heward, Justin Tucker to get this one started. And here we go on EA Sports. Trevor Etienne to return this. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Well, out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. And it'll be their rookie QB who brings them out.
And he wonders, he's about to take his first snap today. Yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great. No interceptions. But just the one touchdown. I'm curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
Starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8. Second down. Look at his numbers on the ground from last week here.
34-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on second down. Right back it goes to Pierce. They stop him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. Third down coming up.
Either they knew play action wasn't coming or they were totally sold out for that one. That was a shot. That's how you hit and make the highlight reel.
Say go, whole roll now with my cadence flow.
They'll go right back to Pierce. And this one isn't much better, partner. Third down, he stopped for no gain, and already they're facing fourth down here.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
Begins his return at the 16. Breaks the tackle. He's brought down before the return gets far. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And amidst the veterans, it's this rookie quarterback leading them out.
You remember what he did last week? Kind of worked in support of. And it gets to times a winning effort. He'll take 3 touchdowns every single week and twice on Sunday. All those turnovers carry him. They eventually catch up to you. This time it was a win, but a repeat this week with all those mistakes. Long odds.
We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here. What he was able to do in support of that win. First down run, nabs in 5, now 2nd and 5. They're going to throw out of the gun. And this one's not going to connect. Knocked away, and that failure to connect Brock means it's third down.
incomplete. Brings up third and 10.
They have to throw. Pass caught by the rookie from Air Force. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stops. Coming to the line for another first and 10. Ready. The play fake, he'll throw. It isn't good enough, they're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
It's second down.
He's going to throw it. This is Moss, he's got it. And he has it down near the red zone, just outside the 20.
Yeah, right there. That's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boys, I love that.
Right there, and he knocks it away. He connects for it all on that first down. So back to the drawing board, they go for second.
incomplete. Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And he stopped as we get closer to our first point of this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal
8
now.
yards on the play. That's another Tokyo first down. 1st and goal. 8-yard line.
From the red zone on 1st. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Let's see what they want to do here. It's 2nd and inches. McCaffrey! And he's in for the touchdown! These guys have a great first drive and get the game's first point. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown! Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us, how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep. Certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop it.
Nothing.
One small find in the block, rewind. Step cross slow, but the groove in mind. Craig drag loud with the baseline
Justin
blow. Didn't
Tucker
say
set to kick off.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, this is ETN. Oh, he lost it on the hit! And they steal it back on the return. And this return will reach the end zone. Touchdown! These guys get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. Step 1 is just making the hit, Brock. Step 2, trying to knock the football out with that hit, and they were even fortunate enough to get step 3, weren't they? Taking that fumble all the way back for a touchdown.
And just look at them. I love the joy. The unit that doesn't get to celebrate in the end zone all too often, they will welcome the chance to be the guys running it in for a change. Cue up the group celebration, and boys, go enjoy the moment.
Whole row shake. Vinyl crate deep in my stance look prime. Hands flip fast when the goal gets shown. Vinyl crate deep in my stance look prime. Needle cut raw, but the groove full grown. Vinyl crate deep in my stance.
Now they'll try the point after.
Hands flip fast when the goal gets shown. Vinyl crate deep in my stance look prime.
Extra point set right down the middle. And these guys drive out to an early 14-0 lead.
Our home team, nothing. Justin Tucker sets to kick off.
Nice little energy on their sideline after that bumper return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. On the return, this is ETN. This makes it up to the 25.
Take over first and
The home
10.
teams and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And as we work our way through this regular season, you can see he's currently sitting in the top 5 of the league in passing. Offense to the line. Here we go. Pierce off the middle. Robbed by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. And it's not just your quarterbacks, Brock Hewitt, who got short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it. Because you got a lot of time to buckle up that chin strap and try to knock them backwards.
And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 3.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. 3rd down from the gun. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. It's the exact opposite of what this offense needed. They now face 4th down. Thomas Morstead heading back out for the punt. Hold in at the 20. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down.
They'll take over. 1st down and 10.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now come out throwing. Flushed into the pocket. Big gainer here as as he picks up 20. And that gives him a first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. To the air now on 1st and 10. Pass it downfield. It's Chase. He has it to the 23-yard line as he's brought down. It's a 30-yard gain drive, so unsurprisingly, that gives him a first down.
I try to remind you at time number 2, Keith, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were. The QB just nailed it.
And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. Rough start to this set of downs. Now 14 to go on second. They're throwing it. Bails out of the pocket quick. The defense gets the stop to deny that first down. It's still a very good game. They picked up 12, third and short. It wasn't too long ago that we saw Lamar Jackson set this record, Brock, but no surprise. He comes along and resets it. Now, a lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Frank Warner. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
They'll take over first and 10.
Pierce takes it straight ahead. He had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time. Loss of a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 7-yard line.
Here's a throw. That's going to be incomplete. First time he's looked his back way this game, but no results yet. Wouldn't be a comfortable spot to punt it. Can they avoid that by converting here on 3rd? 3rd and long for him here. Lofts it deep right side. But he knocked away from the intended targets. That brings up 4th down.
In real estate, Kate, it's location, location, location. In football, it's rhythm, rhythm, rhythm. And you don't get 3rd down conversions, you get no rhythm.
And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory.
They'll take over.
The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he's been one who has wowed the league and made a lot of fantasy owners very happy too. You can see he's leading all quarterbacks in passing here in November. First down from the 42. Back to work after throwing the pin. Oh, should have had another one there. Defense getting opportunity after opportunity to pick it off. 2 in a row now, slipped away. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play. Jar it loose, incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Escapes the pocket. Shoots another one. They take him down just as he gets inside that red zone. Give him 24 yards on that one. And they're going to have a first down now.
First and 10 at the 19-yard
In the red zone now. Moss hauls it in. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. These guys take a 20-zip lead. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right? When you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath, and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. The point after splits the uprights. And his guys push their lead to 21-zip already.
Our home team, nothing. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, this is ETN. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. Gets at the 25-yard line. Back out, runs And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
Here's the give to Pierce. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. I love the aggressiveness from this defense.
He was taken down.
There's corners in this league that really love to cover. There's corners in this league that really love to hit. Corners that can do both, and those are the guys that make themselves some serious money.
First play of the drive, lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. Second down. Now motion him out of the backfield. Trying to throw this from the gun. Nothing doing there as the second down pass falls incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. That's going to leave him with a tough third and long.
Kate, I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
Air it out on third. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. They had a look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect, and now they're stuck facing fourth down.
Quarterback of his renown, Kate, I'm not surprised at all to see him throw it in the double coverage early. And that incompletion, well, it's just going to fuel his confidence that much more to keep forcing it.
Thomas Morstead on the punt, and he's been one of the players of this game. Fair catch hauled in at the 18-yard line. We're through one on Monday Night Primetime. 21-0 our score. Back in a moment with more of the NFL on EA Sports.
Grind, snap, sparks, ignite. Deck drop, stance on height. Wheel hump, flow, intact. Beat, ride, park, react.
Kick, flip, shine when the stance on prime. Half pipe blow with the stance on prime. Boy spin high when the crowd all froze. Wheel clap fast when the block all chose.
Welcome back to the start of the second. Our visiting offense out in possession of the ball. They'll have it here after forcing that punt to end the first. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. That's Diamador. And some yards to the pick before they bring him down. Right, they're out and set. Here we go, 1st and 10.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
Makes the handoff. Now to throw. It is cut left side. And he's going to be dropped with a big hit at the end of that. But the effort still sets him up with a 1st and goal. Inside the red zone. Big trouble now, and the ball is out. And the defense jumps on the loose ball. It's a turnover.
Put a check mark by that one. You're going to remember that one, not just over the course of this game, but I guarantee you in the offseason when you're watching effort, that was all about effort. Backs pressed against the wall when you're down here defensively. And that's the type of play that coaches love to see from everyone on the roster.
Shaking off the pitch quickly. He's going to throw. Need to shake off that sack and quick. Here comes 2nd and 13. They'll throw it. Getting out to his left. That's 16 on the pickup. Now they set him up with a fresh set of downs. And I know we're still in the first half, but you look at his totals, Brock. It's looking like 100 yards isn't just a faint possibility. It's almost a certainty with how well he's been mixing some dual threat reps into his work here. First down, play action. Completed over the middle. And this one brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Still to go here. This is 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 36-yard line.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Rolling left, buying some time. Get some space around midfield.
and he simply takes off. This is a reason that even the quarterbacks are timed in the 40-yard dash at the combine, because the elite, well, they can make a big chunk run just like that.
Basement turn club, no ID. Dreamcast glow.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone.
Small, but we acting like kids. No kids on it.
Here's the handoff.
T-shirts plain, but the posture's control. Swagger so
The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also pulls the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you can put 7 blockers up there. You even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane,
He's able to get this down to the 13.
you know, Kate, they always say that QB flop. You know what it's more like? It's more like in a walk. Especially in a situation like that. It's a good thing he woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
we passing for free.
Ready? Now throw. 3rd and long. It's caught. Chase has it. And he's going to have enough for the 1st down. Not by much. He's got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with the 1st and goal. Reed can get to McCaffrey. So much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal. From the 6 after that last play. Here's 2nd and goal. Bowie now off the play action. Brought in by Chase near the sideline. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
That one came with a higher degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch while staying in bounds.
Cut in the end zone for the touchdown. These guys were running away so far. We've got a 27-zip game.
Center stage.
Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
They'll set up here for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And these guys continue piling onto this lead.
Our home team, nothing.
Names in the air, but I never co-sign.
Bell tone glitch like a DJ slip. Lockers talk back when the sneakers
Justin
trip.
Tucker set to kick off.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff.
Snap back low like a verdict cast. Every corner I turn, see the whisper step.
On the return, this is ETN. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And this drive, they need to come up with some type of answer because, well, Brock, we can almost hear those engines starting to gear up. They might have a boat race coming.
Yeah, I think everybody in the building can feel it. This has been so momentous one way. And as a competitor, you have got to stop that slide.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Notebook flip like a deal on sign.
He's going to throw this one. Has him on the quick hitter. And they don't get any help on this 2nd down, Brock. He's out right along the line, so no gain.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Go in the gym when the glass back.
3rd and long, they're going to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. We set it down for him. They'll start at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Pass short for my reach extend. One step forward where the room was bent.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. He's got this complete to Dameon Pierce. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
2nd and 2.
Running back sent in motion. So it'll be 2nd and 2 when we get back from our 2-minute warning. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2.
Like a diamond spread. Didn't buy a watch, but the clock still said. So the cup crown on a plastic throne. Didn't hold gold, but the drip well known.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
Still come.
Brings up 3rd down and
and short. It's his running back. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. He goes to the hurry up here.
9 yards. That's good. For a first down.
Still sticking with the passing game. Finds the in route complete. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. That means first down.
34-yard line.
Buzz in the hall when the fries went down. One cheat meal, but I own that town.
Throwing it again here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So that play doesn't work out, but things make it even worse for them. Looks like one of their big guys out front is in need of a look from the training staff. Ball still on that 34-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Game on cue, Trey clap, crowd come through, me on buzz, mall floor shake.
They are throwing it again. Ball's out, he lost it. And it looks like the defense has it. Oh boy, Brock, some very unfortunate deja vu offensively here. This is exactly how their last drive kicked it into.
Yeah, bummer for the offense, but exactly what the defense has worked on this week. Right, they find those ball security culprits and they take advantage of it. They study that tape case all week long, looking to see who's loose with the football and where they can take advantage of it, and they've done it on back-to-back drives.
This offense getting all set for this series. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. New set of downs for them from the 31. Ready. They're going to throw now, following the turnover. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop it. They get 19 on that pickup. And that's good for a new set of downs.
19 yards.
And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. We're into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
No luck on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Flush out now to his left. Now he takes it. Fights his way through a tackle. Looks like he's going to be marked just a little shy of that first down. Ball at the 41, 3rd and short. Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it 40 yards to reset the downs. Complete out to the right side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Still momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
Pass play on 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. He's going to be stopped, but not before he gets him all the way down to that 15-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. That's going to bring up first down.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
In the red zone on 1st. He has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Timeout called by the offense, and with another timeout available, they could actually get another 2 plays if they work quick.
Dude, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass, it was a scramble, but the net's the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
And he is in. Touchdown. These guys get 4 points to end a lopsided first half. Manage that clock beautifully down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
Kicking team on to try the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And his guys grow their lead yet again.
Our home team, nothing. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. On the return, this is ETN. And This drive will start inside the 25. Probably looking at our final snap and a half here on first down.
Their own 24-yard line.
Line up the design keeper. So a one-sided contest as we reach the break here. Let's head over to Scott Hansen for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen here, and you never know what you're going to get in the NFL. Sometimes it goes down to the wire. Other times, it's blowout city, like what this game is shaping up to be. But hey, anything can happen, so let's go to the second half. Send it back out to our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thank you, Scott. Great work there. We, on the other hand, didn't have a great first half. Just hoping things get a little bit closer this time around as we get set for quarter number 3. It's all lined up. Morstead ready to send this flying. Return starts at the 9. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he was pushing for midfield there before they finally dragged him down at the 45.
They're on a 45-yard line.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your number one objective, and we'll all say it in that locker room, is 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half. That kick return, he took matters in his own hands.
Nice game left side. He does it. Touchdown. These guys grow the lead coming out of halftime. Now as they drive forward to one right now, looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His second touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity, certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And these guys continue adding on to that lead.
Our home team, nothing. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, this is ETN. Oh, he put it in the spin cycle. Another drive coming up for this offense. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the third. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. He's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So second down now after the incompletion.
You know, a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete. No connection on the last play, now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Throw here, 3rd down. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up. So out now comes the punter. And he's been getting all of it every time out. Secures this at the 17. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. The offense headed back to the field. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. First call here coming from the shotgun.
Here we go. Black, 95. Ready?
They'll go play action. Defender right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. We'll try something else from the 27 this time. 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Looking in the air here. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Here Brown has it.
Okay, can I be honest with you about something right here? I'm really curious about young quarterbacks when they struggle. And there's part of me that, yeah, this isn't great. He's going through tremendous adversity. But I love that he continues to be aggressive.
This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
Play 2, Damian Pierce.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over.
And this is going to go for about an 8-yard pickup as he takes him inside the 30-yard line.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
From the gun on 3rd down. Hits him on the out route. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
From the red zone now. No one open on that play, so he's going to chuck this to another county.
Well, it's a veteran move right there by a rookie quarterback. You see so many rookies, we do, Kate, who try to play hero ball and force things in every single spot. He's already wise enough to know how to throw it away.
Going again on 2nd. Completed over the middle. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal. He's going to throw it again. And this one, not surprisingly, brought a loss of yards. They had to scramble to even get that football back.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down in distance.
Still their football, but need to make some progress here. And this is 2nd and long. They're going to try and throw it here. Built up this one off to his running back, complete. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. 3rd and goal. The offense hoping something can finally go right here.
Pinball snap with a snare line crack. Didn't claim post, but they all look back.
Let's play now. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the defensive down away from completing this stand. It's 4th and goal.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks, it's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
Didn't write plan, but the nod comply. Game over sign with a flash in red. Didn't hold throne, yet they moved as said. Hands on deck when the lights went wild. Step cut slow, but the
Riley Patterson ready for the field goal try. It's a 29-yard look right down the middle for it. The kick by Patterson is good. And they're able to get 3 points off that turnover.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is if the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
It's all lined up. Morstead ready to send this flying. Starting from the 5. Good work so far. He's got room. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And this defense, boy, just beyond frustrated this late in the game. How is a group supposed to deal with him as a passer, Brock, and dedicate the resources needed to slow down this type of day on the ground, too? And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
That was a situation where I think the previous drive, really affected decision-making there. Coming off the pick, he wasn't about to challenge the coverage. Instead, he just took his medicine.
It is cut left side. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. He didn't have a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch. He was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
Big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Man, I don't know take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, captures the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
Well, he might be close to this lead growing again. That play gives him a first and goal.
4 yards. That's another Tokyo first down. First and
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
McCaffrey hits the end zone. Touchdown, Tokyo. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip at a game. Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, this is ETN. Making some progress here. Ooh, he gets popped at the end of that one. What a painful end to what was a really solid run back. Their offense ready to take the field now. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. New set of downs for him from the 31.
Lace check Chris when the stance look fine. Tag hang low, but the move feel boss.
This is Pierce. This drive's going to start out with a gain of 5 before they bring him down.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground, you could throw beyond the sticks, really create some indecision now defensively.
He'll cobble together a yard there. DJ Wanham gets there to haul him down. To the line, here's 3rd and 3.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 3.
Look to throw. Defense is there, and he's going down. For the moments, we've got a set. We do know how to flag to sort out first before we can lock that in. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. After the holding call, they're going to need even more now on 3rd down. Running it after the penalty. He only gets a couple yards. They are well short. It's 4th down. They'll bring out the punter here. And this will mark his 5th kick of the night. It's fielded at the 14. And he gets him a small chunk of yards there before he winds up out of bounds. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And he's been reading the coverage, dare I say, Brock, even better than his quarterback has all game. I mean, he just continues to find openings and make plays in this second half. First down, play action. On the left side. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31.
Good throw here. Finds him over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Well, it seems like the only thing that's going to be able to stop this guy or even slow him down is going to be that final whistle, Brock. This defense has been inconsistent at best.
This is one of those moments where it just feels like it's a privilege to watch. Right? When you're at a concert and you're just listening to somebody that's the best of the best, you want more. And right now up in this booth, I want to see this guy continue to put on the show.
And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
Jair Brown on the coverage.
Stance intact, beat rock, sell impact.
Sticking to the air here. Get some space around midfield. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
Tokyo first down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's their football, and with that type of lead we've got on the scoreboard, this game pretty close to over.
Hold on, private. Foam drip slow on the chrome rim spin. Didn't hold crown, yet they let me in. Bucket tip loud with a snare line crack.
Ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Back to throw now. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he's marked down. Looks like at the 32-yard line. This is the type of performance a former quarterback, just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game, even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, and none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow and he is dicing.
Brings up second and 9.
Back to throw. Pulled in by Tommy Trumbull. And this one doesn't go far. This is going to be play number 8 of this drive as they set up for 35. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. To get the return out across the 30 before he goes out. And set it down for him from the 31. Throwing from the gun. Complete over the middle. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Takes the second down snap. Looking slant route complete. And he picks up about 6 on the play. Stopped though right near the marker. Didn't get it, third down. He has it on the QBC. He's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Could catch what?
Now looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2 at the 50-yard line.
The road still come. Late feet slip on the counter, so
He's dropping back to throw. He'll try and run this. He wisely avoids contact. Sliding down there. That played good enough for a first. Markers are reset. Here we go. With the 44. Back to pass on first and 10. Hailed in by George Kittle. He's taken down at the 30. Give him 13 on that play. And that gives him the first.
Yards on the play. That's another first down.
Looking back to throw. Complete out to the right side. He's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone. Just a yard left to go on second down.
1-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
Back to throw. And the connection made in the end zone. Touchdown. These guys putting up points in a game decided. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
That one right down the middle. And his guys cut into the lead by another point. It's all lined up. Morstead ready to send this flying. Brings in the kick at the 9. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Now this offense getting set to work here. They come in riding an 8-game winning streak, one of the longest in the league all season, partner. And they're in control of what could be win number 9. Here we go now. Time to start this drive. First and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. Dancing past him. He brushed him off with ease. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. We've got a break in the action. Looks like someone was shaken up on the play. Medical personnel out now to attend to him. great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Going to the ground again on first. And even 4 yards before he stops, Brock. It's second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Buying some time left. I know it's great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. Third down coming up. To the air on third and long. Forced out to his right. He's going to run for it. He slides down with enough to pick up that first.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on it.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3 at the 36-yard line.
Second and 3 now. Back to throw. Right out left. And he's tackled for the first down yardage. We've reached the 2-minute warning. These guys very close to an 11th win this season. First and 10 from the 32. Pass play coming here. Pass complete to Moore. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
It's not just imperative that the quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
Looking right, and he finds him. They get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. They gain 11 on that play, and that is good for a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
They keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10. They're going to pass it here. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it's second down coming up. Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. And they're not stopping the destruction, partner. That is caught. Touchdown. These guys throwing 6 more on the blowout. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
PAT effort coming up. Right down the middle, it's good. And these guys tack on 7 more to their lead.
6. Our home team, Justin Tucker set to
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. On the return, this is ETN. He's brought down just inside the 25. Here comes their offense out again. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for him. From the gun, here's Pierce. Defense once again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game. This one's quickly locked up, too.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Can lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
The play fake, he'll throw. Hits him on the out route. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
If you watch the combine, you watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that deep out to the field, that takes us just a different level of connectedness.
Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Looking for a pass on 2nd and short. Seen on the slant. It almost says he caught it. Does well to hold on to it. Gets him to the 37. Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play. Jarred loose, incomplete. Ball stays at that 37. Here's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
On the gun, it's Rush. Finds a man right side. Gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face 3rd down.
3rd and 8.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. It's in or no, they dropped another one. It's dropped on back-to-back plays, Brock. Does force a 4th down. Kick the running back in motion.
Screen flash,
Desperation time here on 4th. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. This one swatted away by a defender, so they went for it unsuccessfully. Now they turn it over on down.
Hey, I get it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
Back to throw on 1st and 10. This is a heater going deep. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. All right, one more snap to play here. Again to throw on 2nd. He's looking deep once again. And it's incomplete. Kept the pedal down, though, the whole way, still taking shots until the very last play. So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. Well, Brock, we both thought coming into this one that it was going to be a tough hill to climb, going up against one of the better defenses in the NFL. But these guys looked and said, Hill? What hill?
And you know what? I think that happens over the course of this week. Sometimes when you know what you're facing, Kate, and you're watching tape and it's a really good defense, you know you got to be on your game. And this offense certainly was today.
So that's it for us here. Brock Huard, our crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA.
Wristband tag with a glow so sweet. Didn't call rank yet they cleared my seat. Snack bar buzz with a soda top fizz. Didn't hold law yet they moved in.